Hey everybody, we're the Insatiables here at John Dungeon Master. Fucking Red got me today. Oh, your nameplates. I forgot to flip them. We do not have Henrietta this week. She is preoccupied, and we wish her luck wherever she is. So quickly. Nick, how are you?
I'm doing all right. My parents have been clearing out their house for a move, so I get a bunch of random stuff that I had many, many years ago, like this little bird flute.
Oh. Is that like a
Pretty cool.
toucan or a puffin or a...
Something like that. I don't know. What do I look like, an ornithologist?
Rube, how are you
You're not?
doing?
I'm great. Just got back from the Bay Area. I won a trip to Hawaii.
You won a trip to Hawaii?
Yeah, I was at a big fundraiser last night, and I won an auction.
Huge.
Yeah.
When are you going? So that we can finally be rid of
Probably.
you.
I have a lot going on this year, so it's probably gonna be like March of next year.
Oh, okay. That's fair. It's cool that they let you put that off for so long. Red!
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, John?
Why do you always ask? You know there's one other player. Every time. Every time.
You could have planned around this. You could have waited until I was last. You know I always ask you.
Alright, it sounds like Red's having the time of his life trolling me. I'm getting yoked? Is that what the kids say these days, Red?
I'm joshing you.
You're joshing me. Greg, how are you doing?
That's not what the kids say.
I'm doing
That's not
all
what the
right.
kids say.
I did a lot of deadlifts and squats at the gym the other day, and then I got home and my parents' boat had fallen over, and they were like, "Hey, could you help us out to move this?" So I went and lifted a boat so they could put new tack and plastic underneath it, and now I'm sore.
Yeah.
I argued with my pharmacist for 40 minutes today. That was good fun, as they might say. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm all right.
Okay. You gotta admit, the cosmic humor of, going from deadlifting to lifting a boat, though. That's...
It's pretty funny. Yeah, no, the timing was immaculate. So anyway, my legs are sore, but doing okay.
Nice. Now ask me how I am.
I think Red did already, didn't he?
Guys!
How are you doing, John?
What happened last week? What happened last week?
What happened last week is we got on a boat that we had commandeered from a very rich man who was madly in love with the idea of becoming a revolutionary. And we sailed to the mouth of the Great River, where the boat could no longer push us forward. We had to get out and sing to the water nymphs, who then told us "Oh yeah, you're looking for our sister tribe out in deep ocean." Sorry, babe. So we had to turn around and find the deep ocean. And then we went down and we looked, and everybody got scared and had to tap out, and then went back up, and then we had to go back down again and look. But sure enough, that time we found the strange cave slash temple slash thing where I don't even know if it was a water nymph as much as a sentient puzzle monster decided to check to see if we had spoils, which we did. That went unchecked, by the way. They I think they only cared that we gave them something rather than what we gave them. And then we went inside and we're like, "Hey, we need to fill up a bottle with your essence." And they were like, "That doesn't sound chill." And when they were like, "Are you homies with the Snow Queen?" And we were like, "Nah, but kind of, but nah." And they were like, "Okay, then we're gonna need you to kill a man that is unhappy with his present from us." And we're like, "Aye, aye, Capitano." And we went and sought them out and fought a crab with a boat on its back and a ghost man, and despite lots of fear and lots of screeching and pearl clutching and boat walloping, we did manage to cook said crab. Ghost Man, pretty unspectacular, died really fast.
Yeah, he
and
got
that's
fucking
where we
clowned.
are.
That guy was a bitch, for sure.
I mean, you explained everything that Red was doing, but what about the crab?
Oh, the crab similarly was shrieking and flailing around. It was a bunch of that on both sides, really.
True.
We had good shriekers on both sides.
Well, Greg, for that lovely recap, I'm going to have you roll me a 1d100. Because I forgot this crab had a boat on it. And in that boat was a chest. And in that chest was... 62. Oh my god! Hang on.
It's a
I
gun.
have a bunch of tables here in my hand, I swear. Oh, where's my d4? I have a d8. I'll just have that. Oh, a 3? Then I need Thymond Huthguck, Pax Posidio, and Jonalva Glimmering to roll me a 1d100 each. And we'll see which one I like the best.
Right up.
I do like 66.
Excuse me, I'm Jonal the Intrepid today.
Oh.
Head up to the 2 crew.
We love the 2 crew. 66 is... We're not in Clovisa, are we?
We are in Ohio.
Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do something I never do in any of my campaigns?
No.
I'm gonna do it.
Yes? Let's do it. Be risque.
Bell! Out of a corner of
Yes.
your eye, as this crab carcass begins to float down, then awkwardly float up, and then float down a little bit, and then have some, like, weird buoyant force going on, you see that there is a good, big, huge, beautiful trunk that sits upon the boat that has been barnacled over and attached to this crustacean shell. And you, Belle, of course you're gonna leap on top of this fucking crab's
course.
back.
Yes.
Belle, please describe to me, as you open up this chest, what kind of bag you see at the very bottom of it.
What kind of bag? Well, clearly this crustacean has a nautical themed bag. It has, coral kind of print with like kind of small fish-like, not like gems, but like those shiny things they put on dresses. What are they? Sequins? There's like sequined fish through the coral, and it has a big long strap, so it could be worn at your waist.
This is the bag you see, Belle. And
Heck yeah.
just for a moment, you can't, there's no way. This can't possibly be a bag of holding, right?
Surely not. That doesn't happen in this world.
Do you take the magical bag that's clearly not a bag of holding?
I am absolutely taking it back. I have lots of Hoarfrost Queen like dresses and scarves and costumes, but I don't have any accessories. Okay, so we need to accessorize with nautical themed bags. Hopefully, there's an Afghan inside.
There is indeed.
Heck
What?
yes.
He's from Islamabad. All right. Anyway.
No, not a person.
Anyway.
Oh,
Deep
jeez.
cut.
I'm
glad
gonna
this
find
isn't
a picture
recorded
of an
online.
Afghan for you.
Jesus.
Oh. Belle, you
Okay.
can please add to your character sheet a bag of holding, which you will eventually discover is not just a regular fancy sack, but a legitimate interdimensional
Heck
space.
yes. Look at this beautiful bag, y'all.
Indeed. You can thank Red for that on his 66 roll.
Absolutely.
Take it to the bank. The blood bank. Alright. As Belle is doing this, and you all are awkwardly swimming or going on to dry land, your own boat having been sort of caught in a little whirlpool before keeling over onto the shoals, Party, you will see that popping up from the water next to this giant crab carcass is one of those weird aqua people. In the recap, they were called a weird puzzle checker or something. But they are a somewhat humanoid, sentient mote of water that is vaguely feminine and call out to you much more joyfully than the very serious temple dweller. And then she calls out to you all, "Hello? Hello?"
Hello. We have returned with accessories, but also a task completed.
Almost. It's almost completed.
Oh?
She forgot to tell you guys, but you need to take this crab to Joe's Shab Shack. Back in the city.
I see. Do you want crab legs? Is that what we're getting at?
I specifically don't, but that's the task. Sorry. I know it's kind of like a
All right.
surprise and a little add-on, but you know, we only have so much time in the week to talk. And I kind of skipped that last week. Sorry.
Well, don't you worry. We will return. I will have crab legs if you want them. Are you a
All right.
spicy girl or are you more of a ketchup?
I like cilantro.
Hell yeah, me too. Alright, boys, you heard the floating moat. Time to get some
Okay.
legs.
Are we hauling this thing behind Pelican's pallet, or we're gonna
I believe
cut
we
it up?
must. Unless you have another way.
Well, we have to.
Does it fit? Does
to get
it
it-
fit in the Parmesan Afghan? No.
Ain't no way, Chief. Unfortunately. Oh.
I think we could actually get it on the boat, and I don't know why I talk like that. We can get it on the boat probably, and take it back to the city.
Might be more efficient.
Think it'll fit on Pelican's pallet?
We could also just try towing it. It seems to be buoyant.
I thought that's what was being asked. I'm on team tow it.
Has a boat on top of
Okay.
it. Seems like it kind of attached, just floats.
Sail it. Sail a crab
Crab.
corpse back to the city.
The way they intended.
It sounds like you guys have multiple plans, and after getting your oars, getting your own boat, hooking rope onto it, and beginning the paddling, Osric suddenly T-posing and just spinning in the water uncontrollably. You all will make it back to Sergio's ship, the Pelican Pallet. Is that what it's called?
The Pelican's pallet.
Indeed. They will raise anchor, harpoon this big old crustacean guy, and take it wherever you want to go. But the real question, guys, is what's Joe's Shab Shack?
Well,
I thought it was
must-
internationally well known as a highfalutin seafood restaurant.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right on the money, Pack, for sure.
Oh, you've never eaten at Joe's Shab Shack? Oh, it's delicious.
You know,
Wait.
it was my first time in Akmarie when we went there.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
that we don't know what it is. All we need to do is ask around. Somebody's got to have known how to get the best crab legs in town.
I'm just hoping it's port side.
You all start making your way back to the city of Akmarie. You guys will travel for quite some time. It'll be somewhat smooth sailing as you make it back on. You guys want a calendar date?
Yes.
Yeah. Should be the new year.
It is the new year. Oh my god, I have to go to my January tab, as we are now in Fantasy January. Is this the right tab? Do I need a new calendar? Is that what happened? No, it's fine. Alright, here we go. Doop. Alright, there we go. You all return on the 1st of the new year of 1352 of the Third Age. Pulling into port, you will indeed see a great big sign that is more or less just a giant red painted crab that you see two, like, burly half-orcs are moving up and down to give it, like, the vague sense of animation of a claw, like, opening and closing. And underneath it is a big arrow that says Joe Shabshack, Quay Delivery.
Excellent.
Pulling your giant crab. Guys, this is apparently, like, an actual operation. Because they, like, send down a crane onto this giant-ass crab, having gotten word you were bringing this thing, and start raising it out of the water. You hear a crusty old bag of bones inside shout out, "Get those fucking adventurers up here!" One of the guys who came down on top of the crab is just like, I think Joe wants to talk to you.
I would love to talk to Joe. Should I ride the crab with you?
If you want.
Hell yeah. I step up on the crab and, like, light up my pipe while I hold, like, the chain of the crane.
Who else grabs onto the crab? Who's crab ascending?
Yeah, let's do it.
You just see Pax climbing and is like, he almost falls off. His legs are dangling. He's just holding on as it. He's like grabbing for Belle's ankles, like, help! And Belle's like, just into the post.
Holding onto the ropes or just for dear life, you will ascend up the stone harbor on to overland, back down where you see a mob of people. Sharp knives, someone has a crowbar, big-ass sledgehammer. There's a guy with, like, some sort of magical animated saw going back and forth on its own to get rid of a boat. And you see that surrounded by this crew of ramshackle crustacean cleaners is a prawn-shaped humanoid, hunched over, great big eyes drooping out of his skull. Honestly, he looks like a shrimp disguised as a human. It is the strangest sight ever, guys. As you stare at this strange aquatic entity, he speaks with a pipe in his mouth, going, "How are you, Beldomdies?"
What?
I'm not sure I understood you there, but if you're asking, you must be Joe. Are you asking if we're ready for this thing to get chopped up? Because hell yeah.
Yeah,
I have
free tonight. He shouts out. Everyone cheers. And you guys are welcomed in to Joe's Shab Shack, the hottest place in town. And when I mean hottest, I mean like Skullville level, guys. You walk through the doors and are assaulted by spices. I need everyone to immediately make a Constitution saving throw, but Belle, due to her infernal lineage and heat resistance, gets advantage.
Woo!
Even though it's technically acid. Who cares?
That's a 12.
Guys, none of you are making it out alive today. You are all attacked by the heavy heat of spices. Everyone begins to tear up immediately as you are brought to a table where there is just giant mugs of what has to be milk. God, you hope it's milk. As well as giant platters of seafood. Outside, just through the window, through your tears, you're seeing people are grabbing chunks of crab and just hurling it onto grills outside. And in the very back, inside of what appears to be some sort of water fountain or font, is a water nymph. The only one you have ever seen not directly connected to a body of water, but inside an artifice instead. And she waves at you guys that you just attack.
I stumble over with tears in my eyes, like sweat coming out of my like horns. It's so like spicy, and I'm like, I'm so glad you sent us here. I cannot wait to die in these spices.
You're gonna die tonight. Isn't that sad? Oh, Don't worry.
It will
it'll
all
be
have been
okay.
worth it if I just get another one of these bites in me. Ooh.
Just tear into the water insect flesh that all crustaceans are. For those of you who have less impressive palates, she looks at Jonal, who just can't eat the food. He, it goes in briefly, and then he just spits it out uncontrollably on that nat one. Even Pax, even though you rolled a lower number than Jonal, you can, if you want, eat this incredibly spicy food.
Force myself. Try to Scooby-Doo it.
Alright. Why are you trying to Scooby-Doo it? Just skip the throat entirely and just shove it into your stomach.
Somehow there's like a 12-foot long crab sub sandwich that he's just like with one finger pushing in.
The current cook manning the bar is just like staring at you in horror packs as you do this. Like, Jesus.
My undead jaw unhinges a little bit.
Where's my celebratory music?
Here's a skill I learned from the old man, unhinges jaw.
I can't really talk very well when I do this, but it makes eating that easier. Snap, put it back in.
You've never seen a horrified water elemental until today, guys.
I haven't been scared yet, but this is genuinely scaring me, Pax. Stop doing that.
This water... oh my god, Pax, what is happening to your camera? Is this on my end?
It's just so damn spicy.
He's just fading
camera
into
messed
the
up?
Matrix.
Yeah, you're like very pixelated.
I can
Like
kill
your whole
pixels
camera
right
is
now.
pixelated. Yeah,
There we go.
Welcome back, Pax.
that's an improvement. Yeah.
Kind of. You might be
Turn it
downloading
on.
something. Check your background. It's usually an internet thing. Regardless, as Pax is just being dissolved by the spices, Thymond and Jonal, what are you two doing as Belle's also eating this very, very spicy food?
Yeah, I'm just passed on the ground right now.
I'm gonna go and run outside. I'm gonna find something that I think isn't going to light on fire, and I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it and use my elemental affinity to gain resistance to fire.
Alright. Go ahead and
Light a candle.
re-roll that save then. Alright. You're at least at Bell level right now. It's wrong.
I like
guys.
the idea that we see this happen through the eyes of like a local who just shrugs it off like, oh yeah, the Shab Shack is cooking tonight. We see wizards do this all the time. They never get this price.
Just vomiting fire.
As you guys get settled in, and your own crew disembarks from their ship to join in the festivities of a celebrated hunt, you guys will be called eventually to make a speech or some sort of performance or cheer or toast. Who wants to do the toasting? I assume it's Belle, but I'll leave it to anyone.
I mean, if one of my party members jumps up excitedly, I will like be background like hype girl for them. But if that doesn't happen, then Belle will clearly step forward, tears streaming down her eyes, face just like with like that spice rub just all over the lips. And Belle will like take the longest drink of milk ever to be like, okay, all right, I think I can talk now. Guys, glass is high for the best crab like smoke show I've ever seen. Y'all putting jambalaya to shame, and I never thought I'd hear that ever said. You are the tastiest most fiery cooks a lady could ask for, and you are beloved for it. 3 cheers for you, and also 3 cheers for our lovely maiden of the waters who so gloriously sent us on this journey, this quest. Oh, the rewards, they are so worth it. And just will continue cheersing every individual person that she's met in the last, like, hour in similar, like, glowing terms.
All right, wrap it up. After like the 15th person.
Start playing the music. You have to get off stage.
You guys all celebrate your stunning little victory here on the new year. A great way to start the next year. And as we sort of fade out of this little scene of you guys all enjoying yourselves, I must ask you all, what are your New Year's resolutions, if you have any? Thyman?
I'm gonna turn my normal axe into a magical axe by killing magical creatures with it.
Okay.
I was like last year's.
Hell yeah. Based, actually.
I made it last year's. It's an ongoing goal.
Pax, what about
Takes
you?
time.
It's a rollover resolution.
Max's New Year resolution would be to not be as scared as he's been, to be a little braver and not run away as much from his problems or his combats.
Okay. Hell yeah. What about you, Jonal?
I think Jonal wants to make friends and influence people.
Make friends and...
Jonal opens up a self-help book in the corner.
Make eye contact.
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Hell yeah.
Jonal has sought out Dr. Goblin Peterson.
Everyone knows he was ripped apart by a gold dragon. Belle!
Yeah.
What
thought it was a
about
lobster.
you?
Belle has 2 resolutions. The first resolution is to find and write a unique tale all of her own to add to the rotation. The telling the tales of others is grand, but to make one is truly bardically inspired. Her second resolution is to find a bigger, more juicy crab that she can return to the Shab Shack with by the end of the year.
We kill the biggest crab we can every year, and for New Year's, this is what we do.
December
Hell
29th
yes.
rolls around, you're like Ahab looking for any crab at all.
I am
Tomorrow's
looking
when
for
the
the
neighbors
white
come to
crab.
You've killed all the crabs.
Never. There's always a bigger one. Don't you know?
It's a bigger crab. Until you find Big Crab himself, it's never enough.
Maybe that's Belle's goal. Not just to find a bigger crab, but to find a big crab so that we can have the biggest Shab Shack moment ever.
Oh. Very nice. I love all these resolutions.
Oh, man.
Excuse me. Before you know it, you have all had a short rest. Everyone, go ahead and benefit from that if you already have not. Or if you haven't already, excuse me.
Heckums.
I
Roll
know
some hit dice.
some of you were hurt.
Oh, that's quite good.
And I want to play morning music. Not like sad, but like the daylight is coming across the ocean horizon. Peering through a window, all of you having been put in the quote-unquote sick bay, which is just like a miniature hospital wing attached to Joe's Shab Shack for the people who knock themselves out on the spice itself. Spice melange.
Can I see through space and time? Like, can I bridge the gaps between our space travel colonies now?
You saw an image of Big Crab at the bottom of the sea. Ben.
Oh, this is how I came to my resolution.
Indeed. You will.
You know, I've always wanted blue eyes.
Hearing a jaunty little tune coming from the kitchen as the person who lives there, a water nymph and or water elemental in the shape of a female, simian female, will call out to you as she hears you all, you know, existing, awake and alert in the morning. Says, "Hello! Bell and the double D's!
Hello.
Are you hungover?"
You'll have to forgive me. It's a rough morning.
So
Yeah.
spicy.
Be
My
careful.
tongue is still numb.
What?
My thumb is still numb.
Uh-oh.
He's numb. That's what
Well,
he said.
unfortunately, we don't have a counter agent. That'll go away later. I know one of you tried the poisoned venom barb from our pufferfish meal. Who was that?
Oh, that was definitely me. I can't turn down a delicacy, maybe. Something new and exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dare, you know, where you, like, are drinking a cup with a venomous scorpion on your hand.
Oh.
You remember Skyfall with James? She goes on this weird diatribe about.
I have to say, I wasn't as big a fan of that particular bard as James Bond. I like mine a little more suave. Anyway.
A Pierce Brosnan. Anyway.
Yeah, you've heard of Master Pierce. He's quite a good one.
Indeed. She gets lost in thought for a moment. Remember that ocean scene? Such a shitty movie.
It's not great.
She will wait for you all to gather your bearings and slowly come up. And, well, you know, I hate doing this to you guys as soon as you wake up, but I guess, what's the saying? Ripping off the Band-Aid early makes it go better.
Rip it off quickly and it hurts less in the end.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, while you're here, I was hoping you guys would do me a quick favor.
Huh?
If we can, and I will see it through. What a glorious reward you gave us with the crab.
Indeed. This one's a little bit more personal, a little bit closer to home. We had a robbery or a burglary, I believe, because robberies are when people get in the way and get attacked, right? I'm forgetting the human law code. Regardless, a halfling stole one of our patrons' pearl necklaces.
Oh,
How dare they?
And we
A
were
halfling.
hoping that, you know, since you guys are already in the area, that you would kindly go and rip it from
Well,
his
you-
cold dead hand. I mean, whatever happens to the halfling's inconsequential.
You have said the
death.
magic words,
It's-
my friend.
It's death.
You
I
have
did not
you have
know that.
stumbled into the leader of the Halfling Haters Club.
I'm actually a professional halfling killer. It
How
happens to be
convenient.
My side job.
That's not concerning at all and bordering something scary.
I mean,
Don't worry about
he
it.
did
It's
make
only
pact with a great
useful.
lich,
Mhm.
just to kill halflings. Actually, he made great pact with a lich just to kill halflings.
That's incredibly convenient then.
Yeah.
I will admit, and she gestures to how she's kind of trapped on land in the moment. I don't know where exactly in the city he is, and this happened 5 days ago during the, or I suppose 6 now, Tiamat sealing ritual. He just, you know, they have no respect for the gods and the traditions. Anyway, if you could go and get them, it's a very distinct necklace. It even has a symbol of my mother, Erdina, on the center pearl. You'll be able to identify it that way.
Well, I would be happy to bring that back into the family.
Thank you.
It would be an honor to kill a halfling for the greater good of humanity.
Humanity? I thought you were a dwarf.
I am a dwarf.
Oh,
That's why it would be a
jeez.
great honor.
For the dwarf manity.
A wise dwarf once said, "Don't trust anyone shorter than a dwarf." And those are good words to live by.
Jesus Christ. Alright, we're gonna have to
Don't.
have a talk later. Well, alrighty then.
Well, actually, firstly, Halfling, what did he look like? So,
Oh, he
sure.
had a great big green brimmed hat. He had a little jewel on the very... I don't want to say it was the crown. It was like... It wasn't the brim. What's the middle part of, like, the steeple? It was like a steeple that was shaped like a bronze star. He had a great big red mustache, but a black beard. I couldn't see his eyebrows at the time. And for his clothing, he was wearing one of those brown frocks that everyone else was wearing.
It's a good description.
Yeah, we didn't catch a name. He just went, oh ho ho, and then grabbed it and then ran away.
Did he say any
we're
like
searching
weird
for an
one-liner?
effeminate halfling. Swerks.
She shrugs.
We're on the job.
Thank you.
How did this halfling get away? Don't they have like short little legs?
I'm trapped in a cauldron.
Was no one else here?
No. It was the Ceiling
The
of
Ceiling of
Tiamat day.
Tiamat.
Everyone was out. He just showed up and was like, oh ho ho, and then snatched them and ran. It was
Can't
quite
believe they didn't take your
upsetting.
cauldron to the ceiling of Tiamat. That's pretty rude, honestly.
It's a heavy cauldron, and honestly, I'm not even like a humanoid. I'm just shaped like one. It'd be kind of like heretical.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Thank you. Tell me if there's anything you guys need. Like, you guys don't move.
No, I
she
never
just
did catch your
fades out.
name. Alright.
So we're now professional investigators.
I have to imagine that if they are interested in pearl necklaces, they likely are trying to sell pearl necklaces. Mayhaps it's time to shimmy on down to darker squares and see if there's any pearls up for sale.
See if there's a black market.
Oh, but we don't call it that now, do we?
I think that's exactly what it's called. It's gonna have like a big sign up front that says "Black Market here."
You guys look like 500 yards away, and they're the same two half-orcs just moving beside.
Just professional sign animators. We'll take
Yeah,
anyone's coin.
Like the black just comes up out of the market and then back down.
Well, I'll
don't even
be. I
know
suppose
this.
it's over there.
Well, the scent is hot.
Oh, I'm under like investigation and all. Yeah, I guess it's time to dress up like a queen, huh? Now is the perfect time to rock all one of my many Hoarfrost witch costumes with the fine scarves and dresses that I've
Yeah.
raided from her
For
property.
sure. It's a little out of date for fashion. These dresses are, of course, over 400 years old. But I have a feeling Belle can pull it off. Belle, give us a performance check.
What is vintage does come back around, you know?
It's like us seeing a
Elvis
lady
vintage.
walk down the street in Queen Victoria's gear. Great big...
How about a 17?
A 17? Alright, let's... Oh my god, my D20 is still underneath my table somewhere. I have to use a new one. You know, highs or lows, Belle.
Has.
They love it. You pass by the street, and everyone's like, she's not a hipster. She's a legend. And you're like on the docks. You're getting catcalled openly by like the ocean people.
I do that thing with like a little fan or whatever, and I like cover my mouth and look. Maybe give a slight wave if they're hot.
None of them are hot. They're seated. Okay.
I don't give any waves, but I look.
Unfortunate. Pax, what are you doing as you watch your friend draw so much attention to herself?
Standing far away from her, for one thing. So no attention's drawn to me, and I am, hood up. I'm looking for little halflings with red mustaches and black beards and green hats.
Yeah, give me a perception check. You're so good at that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 13's not bad. You don't see him, of course.
Do you think there's any tailor shops nearby?
Killer shops?
Tailor.
Oh,
Like for clothing.
okay.
You need
Probably.
some new clothing.
Well, no, the last time there was a tailor shop, it was run by halflings, and they were running a secret operation there, and I broke in and I stole all their stuff. So I was just assuming that they might be doing the same thing here, where they're just using a tailor shop as a cover, because then the last time you really went to a tailor shop, no one actually goes to them.
What do you mean? Where do you get your clothes?
I make them. What do you do with your clothes? You have
I
money
live
to
in a
buy
tailor
clothes?
shop.
We have like a SpongeBob high definition of like Simon's butt, and it's just like raw hide that you can't tell where the flesh and the clothing actually starts and ends.
Good quality. Look, I buy
dolphin.
my boots at the cobbler, I buy my armor at the armorsmith. I don't go to a tailor shop. That's useless.
Well, your fashion tells us that you're not lying. But most of us use tailors.
I think you guys are liars, but we'll find out when we go to a tailor shop that's run by halflings.
What we actually learned is Thymond went to a tailor shop all the time until he found the halflings running one and has refused to go since.
That's discriminatory, Simon.
That's not what I do. That's true.
Thymond is off searching for a tailor shop. I think Jonal would be visiting our good friends at the jeweler shop that we bought from before.
Yeah. You can see that indeed they are present and in business and open and available.
Yeah, I will go in, and first off, I'm just gonna peruse the wares. Is the necklace obviously just on sale at the jeweler shop?
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Behind a glass case on a bit of red velvet on a little display stand is indeed a pearl necklace with the symbol of Erdina. A strange, almost horseshoe-like shaped with a almost cross that is sort of intersecting it. You stare at this clearly magical pearl necklace.
Yeah. I stare at it for a while.
One of the guys comes over once he finishes up with another customer. Oh, Sir Jonal, how are those rings we sold you?
I think they've been doing well for my companions.
Oh, were you not
Bless you,
the
bless you.
one wearing them?
No,
I assumed that you would.
I've got this brooch, but that's it.
Oh, very in fashion.
Anyway, I was wondering about this piece. Where did you guys come into it?
Oh, from a reputable marketeer.
Was he a halfling?
What's that supposed to mean?
We had some intel on a piece of jewelry that looked exactly like this going missing.
Oh. Did they file a guard report?
What's a guard report?
It's where you report to the guards when you've had something stolen of high value or worth.
I think they're stuck in a pot. They probably couldn't make it out to the guard.
Oh. They're stuck in a pot?
Terrible situation.
Ah! He shouts as Diamond's present.
This isn't a tailor!
Are you looking for a three-piece suit, sir?
Oh, you guys do? You run a tailor out the back of the shop?
No, I was gonna give you directions. It's actually against the union for our business to own any other non-jeweler, thing.
Anyway, the person that lost this has some special circumstances that mean that they can't really leave, where they live.
I'm sure you can get the guards to go to them then, correct? We will always cooperate with every authority in the state and city.
Alright, sounds good.
Alternatively, you can buy it for 150 gold.
Oh, 150 gold?
Yeah.
I check what I actually have on me. What about 50 gold?
That's 1/3 the price that it is valued at.
Yeah, but then you don't have to deal with, the police and all of that.
How about
business.
135?
How about 57 gold, 1 silver, and 1 copper?
I'll trade it for the brooch you have. It matters. Want to give up your brooch of shielding?
How about 110 gold worth of gems and gold?
Yeah, that'll work. They appraise
Alright.
your gems on the spot, which is a little sweaty. They're like, oh, no, it's pretty accurate. Go ahead and remove that money and add yourself a pearl necklace of Erdina.
Alright.
They will box it up for you if you want and put a little bow.
Awesome.
You see Thyman down the street, getting thrown out of a tailor shop that's being run by, some weird vampire.
Where are they?
Flings.
I'll
Changing
go.
shops.
I'll go over to Diamond and be like, "Look what I found."
Yes, but that's half the problem. We need to still find the halfling. She asked for their hands. I remember it so vividly. She wanted their cold, dead hands.
That is not what I remembered, Diamond.
You just have a bad memory. We still have to find the halfling.
All right, well, you do you, buddy.
Did you... Wait, where did you find that?
The jeweler's shop?
And you just... took it?
I bought it.
You bought the stolen jewelry. You're an
Is that a
accessory to
problem?
the crime. Yes, it's a
I'm
problem.
returning it.
You know it was stolen and you bought it. You're an accessory. You're now a
It
criminal.
is an accessory. You're right.
Look, we don't get the halfling. You're now in trouble too.
I'm not. I'm fine. You're in trouble. You just got thrown out of that shop. I think he's calling the guards right now.
I got legally thrown out of the shop. If I don't go back in, there's no crime committed. You bought that. That's illegal. You can't buy stolen goods.
Legally
I get it,
thrown
too.
out.
All the buy stolen.
Yes, I got kicked out. It's like a bar when you drink too much. They just kick you out. You can come back the next day when you're sober again.
Simon, you
spending money,
see
they
that a
don't-
new poster is beside the door with it. It is like a 1-to-1 portrait of you, sitting regally standing with your name boldly written at the top that says Thymond Huthguck, banned forever.
Ooh. That's beautiful. That's really good. Well done.
It's quite nice, yes.
What does it say?
It's like banned forever. Man, you might not know this, but I'm banned from a lot of places.
Oh, you don't say.
Ah!
Anyway, I'm gonna go take this back to our friend.
I am going to search for the halfling.
Good luck.
There has to be some shady places that know more about criminal ongoings. I bet Pax would know. I should go find Pax.
Find Pax behind you.
Oh, hey,
Let's go back to
Pax.
this map. We love
Do you
this
watch
map.
you watch me get kicked out of a shop?
Oh, I didn't just watch Diamond. While you were bruising, I gestured for him to throw you out.
Oh, thank you. Now, do you know you're a shady individual? Do you know where we'd find people that know about criminal ongoings?
The places I would know in Akmarie, I do not think you would want to go there, and I do not think they would know about a strange little halfling who steals from water nymphs. But yes, I'm as a shady character, as you call me, yes, I might know a couple places to ask around.
Your priestess lives in an alley. I think that's fairly shady.
She did. That's-
Cemetery.
That's just as worse.
She's a lady. Anyways, I don't think you understand human customs when it comes to shady dealings.
That is true.
But sure, follow me. Don't get us thrown out.
I will be as silent as a rock golem.
You like this crab I just drew?
Ooh, there's a crab?
Heck yeah.
I forgot how many
Oh, that's
legs
beautiful.
crabs have.
And you're about there. I mean, what else do you need, really?
It sounds like you guys are going to continue hunting for the halfling while Jonal heads back to Joe Shabshack. Belle, where are you in this?
Axe doesn't know about the pearl.
You see Belle, like, fascinated with these orcs that she's seen manipulating multiple signs and is, like, tipping them for their cool work with their black market, like, duo sign collection. She's like, oh, you're just so good at your job. And,
Thank
like,
you,
throws
Miss
them a
Belle.
couple silver each.
You throw them onto the roof of this, like, stilted contraption that they're on. You see that it's actually movable, and they can go to different businesses and, like, change the sign a little bit.
Yeah. So I assume the Belle is unaware that the pearls have been found at this point. So she's going into the black market to ask about some lovely pearls that might complete her outfit.
You find way too many of them, Belle. There are so many... I mean, you're on the coast where there are clams and pearl shuckers, who, quite
Right.
literally, just sell raw pearls. And this is where they go to do it.
I think that I look at them and they're all very nice, and I'm trying to be like, these are they're probably raw pearls just like strung together, right? And it's like, these are all wonderful pieces, but you know, a lady as refined as me deserves refined strings of pearl.
Oh, you
None
want
of
that
you
guy.
boys able to. Yeah.
This guy points you down the alley where it literally just says Wizard's Pearls on, like, some movable stall.
Ooh.
Minimum bid is like 100 GP.
I will head there. Oh, thank you for the tip. And then I'm gonna wander my way towards Wizard's Pearls.
Yeah.
Because even if those aren't the pearls I'm looking for, they might be sick.
You go up, and please tell me highs or lows.
Highs.
Belle, you just walk and find this fucking halfling with a big red mustache, a black beard, a green wizard hat with a clear bronze star upon its head. He is wearing beautiful black and green robes, and he looks up to you and calls out, "Are you looking for a wizard's pearls or just a wizard?"
Well, I'm always looking for wizards, darling, but I came
That's
in here
weird.
today. looking for pearls. You see, I'm missing something to complete the look here, and
Ooh.
what better place to get a refined string of wonderful pearls than those polished by wizards?
You do look quite conservative. And like a pearl clutcher. So this makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Nice to meet you. I'm Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. My name is Belladonna.
Oh, couple of B names.
Mm-hmm. It must be fate to meet you.
It's true.
Now,
If you were a boy, I'd say we were a couple of B boys.
well, unfortunate there.
Yeah,
The bees seem to stop at 2.
he looks sad. I love alliteration.
It is a wonderful thing. Have you ever... Okay, since you're a fellow word lover, you ever heard of assonance? Because my man, that is where it's at. The internal
Assonance?
assonance of words. Yes,
I just like
poetry.
it. He cuts himself off.
I give him an impromptu, like introduction to assonance and poetry and the internal vowel sounds of words, and then like, oh, I'm so sorry, I got swept away.
You're speaking draconic, lady. Wow.
I speak many things.
How can I help you today, Miss Bell?
Belladonna.
Belladonna? I'm sorry, I shortened it.
Yes, some people do, but I
I'm a
find
little-
it so...
No, I get
Uncouth.
overly familiar. I'm so sorry.
Well, I do invite it sometimes. But anyway, I'm looking for a string of beautiful pearls, refined, potentially useful. I heard tale that there may have been, at one time, pearls with a mark of a deity upon them. Not that I'm looking only for them, but when I checked the pearl shops, they seemed to be gone. I thought maybe if I came down here where the real business is done, I could find something like them, something beautiful and perfect like that.
You watch this guy suddenly get like sick in the throat, keel over slightly, and just barf out a rainbow. And in that rainbow, there's a singular fishbone that strikes it onto the ground in this weird, magical, arcane, prismatic mess. And he goes, I'm so sorry.
Are you
dying.
okay?
I'm gonna die.
Oh.
He walks 5 steps away from his stall and just keels over. What do you do, Belle? As everyone around just like looks at you.
I
And
guess
then
I go
looks to the
check his
dead
pulse.
halfling.
Is he actually dead?
Give me a medicine check.
All right. Yeah.
God, roll like a 1. I'm owed a 1 somewhere. Oh, where's
That's
my...
a 7.
Belle, he's not breathing.
I guess I turn around and I look to the street and I'm like, my pearl man, he seems to have died. Does it? Can anyone help him?
One guy hops down from his little cart, darts over with like a med kit, just like an emergency medical satchel thing, that he opens up. It's like, oh, he's not breathing. If only my partner was here, Winston. Can you go find him?
I could go find him, but I'm very
He starts
concerned
doing
about
chest
this man.
compressions. His heart's not going. I need my adrenaline needle stat.
I like open his bag to find his adrenaline needle and like hand him one.
Belle, you look inside. It's just a bunch of syringes. Which one?
I pick a syringe at random.
You pick us. All right, roll me a 1d100.
Absolutely.
Just acid directly into his heart.
11.
11?
Do you have a table of syringes?
Yeah.
I'm appalled and approve. I might need you to send me the table of D100 syringes at some point.
Surprisingly, you did roll a healing one. However, all excess health turns into damage. Uh-oh, can you roll me 48?
I absolutely can.
Oh no.
20.
God, you may kill him.
It's a pretty good roll.
He might get up and then just go immediately back down to 0. Alright.
It's like adrenaline. I think you got the right needle.
Shit! Okay. You didn't kill him. So he has 12 health. So you heal him for 12, suffers 8, goes back down to 4, gasps out, oh! And starts screaming. The guy, this weird medical doctor dude, is like, you did it. And he just offers to shake your hand.
I shake his hand, of course. What more
You
could
stab him with the syringe. Oh! Go ahead and roll me another 1d100.
Wait, I stabbed him with a syringe?
Yeah, you know, he grabbed the syringe hand on accident. Look, I never get to use this table. Let me do it.
Okay, alright, sure. A 3.
God, you're rolling low.
I am.
You cast Fireball on him.
He has a syringe of fireball?
You stab his hand, there's a flash, you just get his eye contact as your vision goes white as a third level fireball goes off. Go ahead and roll me 8d6. The wizard gets
20.
up, I'm saved! The 4 health point wizard. And then he just gets...
Do I take that damage too?
You can make a dex save if you want. It'd be funny if you
Sure, I'll make a dex save. I'm also resistant to fire, so this will be okay.
That's funny. It's DC 13.
I fail, but I will still take 10 damage.
Alright. The medical guy is just sprayed out, unconscious, and burning, like actively on fire. The halfling is now super dead. Thyman has this inner spider sense that a halfling somewhere in the city just got incinerated.
I clap my hands over my face and I go, "Oh my god, the doctor murdered him. I think maybe he might still be alive." And I scoop him up and the syringes and I'm like, "I'm gonna get him to a healer," and I carry him back to the Shab Shack.
All right. As he's fading in and out of consciousness with third-degree burns, he reaches for your face. It's like, I'm not gonna make it. It's gonna be up to you to become the best doctor in the world.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Take my bag of syringes and never let them fall into the hands of Doctor. And he dies in your arms.
Okay. I take his bag of syringes and
you just hurl him into the ocean, or on the
hurl him into the ocean, and I grab the dead, mustachioed guy, and I'm like, "This one needs a healer too!" And I abscond with him back to the Shab Shack.
All right, so you throw him into the ocean outside the black market, and then you're like, "Fuck, I gotta go back." You run back, grab the other, just run.
Yeah.
The Pearl stand is exploded, actively on fire. One guy hurls just a bucket of seawater at him. He hits you on accident or just clips you slightly.
My dress! It's okay. I will be willing to make a scene in the black market, but I will, cover this man with both satchel and scarf a little bit as I try to rush to the Shab Shack with as little craziness following me as possible.
Joe Null, you watch half of that happen and are just stunned as Belle just takes off back to the Shab Shack which you were headed to. You're just like, oh, fuck.
Ronald's coming down the street swinging his pearls in the box, or just in the box.
Yeah.
Then Belle runs, and then you hear a splash, and the Belle runs back.
It is a comedy of errors occurring. Jonal, what do you do?
Why do you have an incinerated man?
He needs a doctor! You stranger with a case of pearls, follow me! You might be able to sort through these syringes! And I, like, run to the Shap Shack.
Oh. Run straight over.
John, do I have a case of 98 syringes now?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yes!
You have to keep putting down which numbers you've already rolled.
Bag of 98 syringes.
Indeed.
Missing 11 and 2. No, 3.
Yeah.
One
11
day,
and 3.
we'll be out of all the syringes.
To be fair, it's so this table is one set of 100 from my 10,000 I have. So, I'm excited to go through them. I'm not gonna lie.
I have emergency healing if anyone needs it.
Inside every single one of these crystalline syringes, Belle, is like a different coloration, entirely unlabeled, entirely dangerous, for sure. So I can't wait to see what you do with them. I think this is gonna be the fucking item list that ruins the campaign, but fuck it, we're going.
This is when you give us. We got 2 bags this session. A bag
This
of
is
holding
like
and a bag
4
of danger.
decks of many things stacked on top that you inject into creatures, guys. One of them replaces. I'm not gonna tell you. I want you to roll an 8.
We'll find out, John.
I want you
we
to
will
roll an
find
8
out.
one day, Belle.
I'm really excited to, like, one day inject an enemy thinking, surely this will be harmful, and then I give them the, like, syringe of hill giant strength.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Oh, man.
Me and Pax are still like we have no clue what's going on.
No clue. You see, like, a smoke trail go up in the sky towards the
Like
harbor.
we were in the black market, like asking around, and we just heard an
Axe.
explosion.
We have
Like,
to go
what's that?
investigate that explosion right now.
Well, you
Some
wanted
lady
to-
named Belladonna just hurled a man into the sea. After a fireball went off. Eventually, all of you will return to Joe's Shab Shack. Belle, 1 corpse and 1 bag of needles. Richer.
Bag of many syringes.
Jonal has a nice little case where the pearls are in. And Thyman has been kicked out of a tailor shop.
Tastefully kicked out of a tailor shop.
You guys enter. Good old, oh, you never caught her name. It was Ayla.
I never Ayla.
Yes, with an E in the front, so technically Isla.
Ayla.
But, good old Ayla looks to you and says, "Oh my goodness! The pearls and the halfling! All in one swift hour! That was amazing detective work!"
Well, you did hire professional halfling killers.
Apparently! How horrifying! Jeez. Please show me my mother's pearls!
I'll hand the box over.
You hand the box over, which she will delicately open, and gasp aloud as she looks at them. Oh my goodness! Well, these are beautiful, but unfortunately, they're not my mother's.
Oh.
Jonal, you
Are
stare.
you telling me they sold me a forgery?
Well, I'm not sure if these are legitimate. Perhaps they stole them from another water nymph, but these are definitely not mine. And she will show you that beneath the pearls there are a connecting wire that have been drilled through them all to create the necklace in the first place. And rather than a copper wire, which she tells you, mine was made out of copper. Fortunately, this is made out of cobalt. You see a blue metal wire that is sort of wrapped around these pearls. It seems that someone's been stealing water nymph pearls this entire time. Oh no.
Well, this man
get it
did
wrapped in a
vomit up
different
a
metal if you
fish
want.
at one point in a rainbow?
He vomited a
that-
rainbow?
A rainbow with a fish bone. Does that ring any bells to anyone magical?
He must have had a
that what
bad
killed him?
lunch, but if anyone wants to, they can give me an Arcana check.
I mean, Belle will contribute. I don't think this is her specialty, but why doesn't she know? She's great. Yeah, she might know something.
You might.
Arcana, eh?
This is why you bring it to the wizard.
Wizard.
Joe Null, you're gonna have to tell me how you know this very fringe esoteric lore. But there are a group of wizards who foolishly and stupidly try to turn themselves into sorcerers by eating magic. Now, maybe because you are a sorcerer and someone one day like showed up and was like, how much magical shit did you eat before you became one? But it seems like this guy ate a rainbow fish. I don't know how you know what a rainbow fish is either, but here we are now with your natural 20, I guess.
I mean, listen, I think there's lots of reasons. I think maybe, like, I got one of my pearls. I swindled one off of one of these guys. That's where I actually got my pearl from that I use for Identify.
Okay. I like that.
So I've actually met one.
Indeed. You can even tell your companions that rainbow fish are deep-sea fish, filled with the prismatic colors of magic itself. They go down deep into the sea where magic is rife, where big megafauna fish are, and then make their way up to fishable areas where they are accidentally caught most of the time. Wizards eat them to get super fucked up and super high, and maybe to recover a spell slot on a 50% chance. But they're a weird consumable item of the sea, much like your gillyweed.
Anyway, what I'm saying is we should probably cut this guy's stomach open. I don't know why I just did the wrong voice. What the fuck?
You guys see a level 13
Joanna?
gnome artificer barrel.
Just a level 13 gnome for a second, and then, oh, it's back. Sorry. That's what you get when I roll really well on Arcana. It's just me channeling other high Arcana characters.
You want me to take this guy out back and gut him?
Yeah.
Oh, please do it over the sea. His innards will give
Yes,
life
of
to
course.
the ocean.
Well, we wouldn't want the pearls to fall back into the sea immediately.
Oh,
Well,
you
we'll
think
gut
he
him into, like, a-
consumed the pearls?
That seems likely. They're magical, aren't they?
I thought he was selling pearls.
He was. There was a whole stand of wizard pearls. They
Isn't
kind
that
of
weird?
accidentally may have been fireballed. It might be hard to go recover them at this point.
You fireballed him? I didn't know you were a great witch.
Well, you see, it came from one of these. I just pick up a random syringe.
Do you shove it into her? Oh, let
No.
me see. I can identify all liquids.
I guess if she says that, I'd be happy to give it to her. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, give it to her. See what happens.
I don't stab her with it. I just hand the syringe to her. If she
Immediately,
asks
it's
to
like
identify it.
Just comedic fumble as it like goes through the water and just impales her non-leg in the cauldron. Go ahead. 1d100.
Changing the episode name.
32.
Lily syringes.
32.
Hey, Mark got 32.
Yes, I will mark off 32. I now have 97 syringes.
Bag of 97 syringes.
Yep. I have a bag of 97 syringes.
I'm going to a different table. Let's go 99 instead. Give me a second. I couldn't do that one.
Oh,
Wait,
John,
wait,
how
wait.
bad
You
would it
could
have been?
fireball people, but you couldn't do that one. I'm scared.
Alright, you want to know what
We
that
get-
one was that you guys originally rolled?
Of course.
The planet's orbital radius shrinks by 1d8 times 10,000 miles. So I don't think that one makes sense in this little narrative we have. So,
This
look
gravity
guys, I didn't make this table. I just have had this table this entire time. So I'm gonna go to a...
Our whole ecosystem just completely changes immediately.
That one would be funny. Let's shop around real quick.
Goodbye, gravity. You gotta stop stabbing people.
You watch as the water nymph's coloration suddenly changes. Belle, once they were a clear ocean blue with a little bit of salt coming out of them, but suddenly they turn into a viridian green. And she's like, oh my goodness, I feel so rejuvenative. Do any of you have diseases?
No, unfortunately.
Liar! She touches you, Belle, and suddenly your life of hanging out with strange people and ingesting demonic herbs is suddenly lifted as a little bit of weird black ichorish, hellish energy and residue pops out of your mouth like weird undigested food stuff. You are
The back
cured
of,
of
like,
any
18
diseases
feet.
that you might have had.
All right.
You won't take my
touch our
alcoholism.
T-posing friend Osric. Here, to this guy, he's T-posing. He's got
Unfortunately,
so
I
many
can't
diseases.
interact with him. There's an invisible wall preventing me from changing an aspect of that character.
Got so many diseases, though.
Oh,
I mean, look at him. Look at him.
And they'll never be cured ever again.
it's true.
That syringe is gone.
Too bad they're not. This is what happens when you miss a week, apparently. Oh, you better be careful with that bag of magical liquids. Who knows who might come after it?
Who knows, indeed.
So I'll go look at the guy's pearl stand and look for pearls if y'all want to gut him. Right?
That sounds good. I don't think I could go back unconspicuously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jonal, do you want to go with him and I'll take the halfling out back of Joe's Jab Shack and gut him, and then if I find nothing, dump him into the ocean?
Yeah,
I just think
I
a-
can stay with you.
I think a pair of two going to the black market might be better, though.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. We will find out what happens next after our break. We'll be right back, everyone. Thank you, Corin, for that wonderful cough and or sneeze.
Bless you.
We are back. Welcome, one and all, to the Magical Syringe Show, also known as just My Life on Heroin. You guys are currently in Joe Shab Shack, splitting up. It seems like Pax and Jonal are heading for the pearls. Okay.
Hopefully.
And then Thymond and Bell are gutting a halfling over the sea.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
As one does.
well, that seems much easier to do, so we will do that first. Thymond, you cut into this creature's stomach. Give me a quick medicine check, so that you don't just go randomly in the intestines and get his shit everywhere.
Can I assist him?
Oh, for sure.
I can tell him all about the medicine that we did to try to save a gnome's life.
Yeah,
Like,
you're a
given
doctor
his-
now, for sure, Bell.
Yeah.
You have to become the best doctor in the world. This is like, please add that.
It
to
is a
your
calling,
job.
yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
New Year's resolution.
I have a third New Year's resolution.
It was thrusted upon you by a random dude.
Overachiever.
Okay, let's see
True.
here. I have no real clue what I'm doing, but I've cut open a lot of people.
You know, you attacked the sternum several times. Bell, you realize that he's not taking this like a precision, like he is just stabbing a halfling, a burned, charred halfling corpse in the stomach several times. And things are falling out. Coins are falling out. Buttons are falling out. Little finger bones are falling out. Oh, nope, those are worms. Thymond, you look at the strange stomach contents of his charred, burned halfling, and it keeps going. Would you like to put your hand under the flow?
If he doesn't, Bell will, right? Like,
I
Bell's
will. I'll
about
do it.
stopping this. Okay.
I thought about it for a second, like, is this a good decision? I thought, you know, Thymond would do that. Yeah, he has, like, no real care about, like, the first time you guys met him, like, he was just, like,
You
cutting open
start grabbing
chimera
the
stomach for the
random
fun of it.
objects that come out of this thing's confetti-like stomach, and tell me, what is your biggest regret in life, Thymond?
Not being good enough.
Wrong. It's snakes. Snakes suddenly come out and bite into your hand. What's your armor class?
17.
Well, that is going to be more than 17 as they strike you and inject you with 9 points of poison damage. Because Venom's
Do you need a
poison inside
syringe?
you. Bell, you watch as a full-blown, like, eel and or viper and or snake thing wraps around Thymond's arm and just stabs him in the left wrist. What do you do, Bell?
I guess first thing Bell does, I shift
Dr.
back
Bell,
to the
help me.
confetti body. Are pearls falling out of it currently?
No pearls, just snakes.
Okay. Then in that case, Belle is going to try her roll. Like, it doesn't seem that Thymond is enthusiastically requesting the syringe, so I place it carefully back in my bag of many syringes. And I will attempt to be a snake charmer. I pull out my zither and I put on my best, like Aladdin-style snake charming music to try to, like, get these things mesmerized and not attacking Thymond.
For sure. Give me a beautiful, beautiful animal handling check.
Animal handling. Sounds good. It's a 14.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna work. Bell, you watch as this venomous viper suddenly loses interest in Thymond's wrist and injecting him more and more with this paralytic poison. Thymond, give me a constitution saving throw real quick.
Oh yeah, of course.
I forgot all about the con save for paralyzation.
I think I might
God.
be a little okay.
Even with advantage, because you're a dwarf, and I think dwarves get advantage on poison saves, you're gonna roll a 23! That's amazing! Good job.
I've been
Thymond.
injected with a lot of snakes before.
Apparently. You're like that one guy. Just injects himself with snake venom.
He's Mau Mau from the Apothecary Diaries. We just see on his other hand, like, experiments with poisonous things.
Yeah. you watch as this great big red welt in your hand, Thyman, begins to pus ooze and then just, like a vapor mist of venom just shoots out, like Spider-Man style, just horizontally instead of vertically. This venom just is like, you hear just on your passive perception alone, Thyman, you're like, this mist just said something to me, as if it just breathed into my fucking ear. But you couldn't make it out. You're just so unperceptive. Meanwhile, Belle suddenly has a venomous viper, not just rocking out with you, Belle, but also playing its own little flute that just sort of materialized around your neck, going...
It's a magical snake! That's why it was in his stomach.
I am in need of a backup, flute in the band. So
wherever you go, I go, baby. You watch as the cigarette just sort of falls out of your mouth that it can't light.
Excellent. You're my kind of people.
I'm gonna keep sifting through the halfling stomach.
The halfling is by now just out of intestines, having all of it fallen into the ocean. You're basically just holding a skin suit wrapped around a skeleton right now, Thyman.
I'm gonna kick it into the ocean.
It falls into the ocean and floats.
Do we have his hat? Is his hat
it got
okay?
vaporized by fire.
I was gonna put it
Maybe
on.
Pax and Jonal. Let's go to Pax and Jonal. Pax and Jonal, you will see a pearl stand absolutely bereft of pearls. White orbs are now... they're gone. None of them are in this fucking black market. This black market is currently selling the one thing Pax desperately wants in life, which is fake eyes, which is basically just another word for pearls. Pax, go through all these glass-selling orb creators and find the stand that was blown up. It's actively burning still. No one is registering it anymore except for the one guy who's tiredly, with a singular pail, going to the ocean, lowering down into the ocean, pulling up a pail of salt water, and going to throw it on the fire. That is, like, it's in almost stagnation, where it's like the fire is going up just as much as it's getting put out, and just sort of like in, homeostasis right now. What do you do?
Would you be so kind?
What do you want?
I mean, I've seen you put out fire before. I just figured you could.
Oh, okay. I will cast Control Flames and attempt to put out whatever fire still remains.
Yeah, go ahead and put in Control Flames. Would you like to change the color of the flames?
Yeah, I'll do that first and then put them out.
Okay. You change the colors of this red burning flame into what? What color do you choose?
It's gonna be like a pale blue.
Ooh, a pale blue. Why the pale?
Because it's cold, John. That's
It's not just
color
cold.
of
It's because it
frost and
has
ice.
cold salt water in it, Jonal. That was the joke I set you up for. Remember the little guy with the pail of salt water?
No.
He throws it on you. Do you have control water?
Ah! No.
He's like, don't worry, I got the fire. Ugh. And the water splashes upon it and does basically nothing.
I'm pretty sure salt burns yellow.
Well, for some reason, it's burning
That's right.
bright blue right now.
Well, I put the water out, or the fire out, John.
Jonal, you snap your fingers, you flick your dick, whatever it is that is the somatic component for this spell. But strangely enough, the fire's still going. As if it just, like, re-sparked for some reason.
It's almost like it's a magical fire or something.
Yeah. Made by a fireball.
You know
Made from
what
a
does
syringe.
burn blue? Alcohol-based solutions like lighter fluid.
Based.
I had to look up to see if I was right about salt. I am.
So why do we need to put this fire out?
It's fine. It's fine. You see Pax wrap himself up and brave in looking for the pearl necklace in the partially aflame stand.
Yeah, give me an investigation check, Pax. Pax,
17.
on a 17, you start looking through all these eyeballs staring at you. Not pearls, real eyes, like human eyeballs. Not blinking because they don't have eyelids. Just looking at you as you wade into this stand, which is beginning to look more and more like a weird house to you, or a hut. You, Pax, remember walking into blue fire. But the fire that you are walking into is that of red and orange and yellowish hues. You've been in this fire before, but can you, Pax, remember?
From the survivors of the dragon attack, that fire?
Indeed you do. Whose body did you find in this hut?
In that hut, I found a guard's body. Or, no, it was a small young person, I think.
Well, for some reason, it is a guard now. This guard is dressed up in soldier's armor, wearing a beautiful, intricate leather armor set that reminds you of the one that you sold back when you got this armor you're currently wearing. Off to the side, there's a little bow, and this human, one eye missing, is looking up towards you, Pax. You see yourself in this fire. What's your immediate reaction as you look at yourself dead and on fire?
This camera zones out. Pax starts to hyperventilate. He starts to shake uncontrollably. Tremors. He drops whatever he's holding. He backpedals, trips, falls, and starts to do an awkward backwards pedaling.
You start doing an
and you hear almost a
backwards pedaling. Jonal, you watch as Pax comes back, at least in your perspective, but Pax is still entirely consumed by fire, just trapped in some sort of wooden structure that's just ignited. Jonal, what do you do for Pax as you watch him flip the fuck out?
What can I even do for him? I guess I'll turn to him and just be like, "Hey, buddy, you doing all right in there?"
Pax, you hear
Pax,
Jonal's voice.
I turn towards the voice, and I'm just surrounded by fire. And you hear almost like a cry from Pax as he just sees the body in fire. He's in his head, basically. And you just see Pax start to get very still, and almost like you're looking. He's saying something. He's mumbling to himself, but he goes into almost like a stupor, where he's just like, "This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be happening. Not again. Not again.
So
not again."
he's just standing in the flames of a burning building doing this. This is what I see.
No, a traveling stand. It is like a
Sorry,
little
not building.
mercantile,
Traveling
little
stand.
wooden post that has been set up with a bunch of pearls that seem to be falling over as Pax continuously rams his head into the side of it.
I guess I'm gonna try to grab his sleeve and yank on him.
Yeah, give me an athletics check. Yank away.
Oh, yeah, that is my specialty.
Oh yeah, that is your specialty.
Natural 20.
Pax! Two things happen. You feel someone grab onto you and just rip your shoulder out of your arm socket. Jonal, You pull Pax away from the fire, because you're not afraid of fire. Come on, you're like a fucking crazy sorcerer. Who gives a shit? You cast fireballs out of your fucking fingers. You watch as Pax begins to... What do you do, Pax, as you're now down your arrow arm?
Does that jolt me out of this hallucination?
Hell no.
Or...
You're trapped in there, buddy.
Hell no. Got it. I feel as though he was frozen, and then he gets attacked, and he attacks back. By reflex, he socks whatever it is with his one arm that's good.
Hell yeah, swing away. Beat up Jonal, please. Someone needs to. Jonal needs a beating, a thrashing.
+5. I don't have unarmored strike on here.
Just do a dagger attack, or a melee weapon, or a gunshot. Whatever you got. I'll look at the dice.
10.
Does a 10 hit you, Jonal?
Nope.
You quickly block a blow coming from Pax's right hand and are pushed backwards as Pax begins to just fight you, Jonal. What do you do as you are being physically fought by arguably the third strongest member of your party?
Yeah, sure. This is not the fight I was prepared for.
It was always Osric. You were prepared for
I'm
Osric.
just gonna keep trying to talk to him. Hey, buddy, you in there? What's going on?
Oh, do you have like the calm emotion spell by chance, Jonal?
Sorcerers get like 4 spells, John. I don't have option.
I don't know what sorcerers get.
I can cast fear on him.
You want to do that instead?
I mean, not yet. Let's let him take a few more swings first, and then we'll.
All right, Pax,
Or
take
a
as many
famous saying is
swings
fight
as
fire
you
with
feel
fire.
satisfied with, or tell me when you want to cast a spell or something.
Yeah, after the no more attacks come in, Axe starts begging for help from the old man, and it comes to him to cast Dispel Magic.
You cast Dispel Magic. Go ahead and post it. Pax, you blink awake as I get rid of this funky little floating market music. A few things happen across the entire city, I suppose. At least for you guys. Let's go to Dock District. For this illusion that you were all trapped in is gonna throw you guys back into Joe Shabshack inside the little hospital wing where all of you are holding your stomachs, the spice melange having indeed fucked with your vision when we did our original Constitution saving throws. One thing has remained, though, and Belle is the most terrified of this, probably once she realizes what the fuck just happened. But there is still a bag filled with syringes right next to your feet, Belle. Has somebody either left here or was like part of the weird drug haze as you guys wake up? Can someone just roll me a 1d6 for fun?
Sure.
Just to see how many days have passed. 3! It is now January 4th.
We shared a hallucination.
Best.
All
crab
good friends hallucinate
ever.
together.
Indeed.
I mean, that's true.
A mixture of the spices and the very magical crab that you guys just sort of ate without any hesitation at all. In fact, you seem greedily wanting to dig into it. Caused you all to have a little bit of a hallucination. And Jonal, give me an insight check for fun as you suddenly feel the strange illusion fade from your mind. Oh, your head hurts. It's ringing. God. Something about a riddle, you think. What was the last lines of the riddle, Jonal?
Lest you never leave their watery home.
Yeah, what about the one before that?
Just remember thy one desire.
There you go. You guys, somewhat distracted by that stupid fucking water nymph that called out to you, wanting you to fucking deliver a crab to Joe Shabshack. Was this what that fucking riddle was warning you guys about? Trapping you in a stupid illusion for potentially all time? You look up at Isla, who's just at the bar across from you, entirely oblivious to what you fuckers are doing, or if you're even conscious, or having another weird nightmare. What do you
Hey
guys
girl,
do?
you ever get your pearls back?
My pearls? She calls out. What do you mean?
Yeah, you told us to get some pearls. I killed a gnome halfling. I stole syringes. It was
Oh,
wild.
honey, you can't. No. That never happened.
Crazy.
Indeed. Some weird gnome did stop by, though, and sort of whispered in your ear menacingly, and then left you that weird duffel bag beside your feet.
Nice. If you ever need some healing, I'm your girl.
For sure. Belle, you look at the ejected slime that has come off your... out of your lungs from that weird demonic influence of yours.
I check my money bag. I have my gems and gold still.
No, the gold's gone for sure. Someone just yoinked it
Someone
off
stole it.
you. Maybe while you were in your haze, you just thought some guy, some patron was selling you something. You're like, you need to take this money. I need the pearls. He's like, I don't have pearls, man. But he took your money anyway because he really needed it. Take a point of charity, Jonal.
Hell yeah. It's all worth it.
I think we need to go back to the shrine.
Sounds good to me.
We've been led astray. I blame Jonal.
Well, Isla, I appreciate the hospitality. It's been real. We gotta go see your sisters, though.
Ooh, be careful.
I'll be back next year with a bigger crab. Let's do it all again.
If you would like, sure.
Oh, most definitely. I had a time. Woo!
Some good drugs.
She waves goodbye. All of you pass a strange, what can only be described as a halfling wizard, who quickly brushes past you guys and goes back and says, "Hey, my lovely wife, it's nice to see you again." Definitely not Joe, but who the fuck knows what this lady gets up to. Thyman, do you just instinctively sucker punch him? Like,
The question is, John, can I do anything but sucker punch him? Because I made a pact with a lich that whenever I saw one, he's allowed to take control of my body.
give me a wisdom saving throw. Thyman, hey, Isla, I'm back from my business, and you just start punching him right in the gut twice. Isla calls out, "Oh my god, why are you attacking my beloved husband? No!" Thyman, go ahead and take a point of cruelty.
I'll gladly take a point of cruelty for that. It was a great pact I made.
You quickly walk off before the authorities can get involved. And head back towards Sergio's ship, wherever the fuck that thing is. It takes you a little while to find it, but eventually you'll find Sergio, who calls out to you, "Oh, you guys are back! Welcome! You rode that giant crab carcass up Muppet style, and then sort of got sloshed."
It's true, but it was worth it, Serge. Oh, great times were had. You should have been there. You should have come with.
Ugh. I go there every weekend. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm immune
well,
to their
then, I
spice
guess you know.
melange.
Well, as a first timer, sure is great.
It sure
Anyway, I think we need to turn around and go talk to some more water nymphs.
And you will. As John takes us out of the city and throws on louder music because this is just so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Open ocean. Little October starts to play as you all head back towards the island shelf. You've already been there, so I'm not going to have you do the things. My question is, do we have enough gillyweed to get down there again, since it's been more than 24
Well,
hours?
since our man Osric is afflicted with the terrible T-posing, we should have enough.
Okay. Please subtract 4 usages.
Yes.
I think that's our last 4.
It is. We will be out after this.
Bless you.
And you all will dive downwards into the sea, holding on to one another, the drift globe still going, giving you light, even in this lightless realm. Down and down you sink, until you see the continual light stones, shaped as jellyfish, floating on the shelf. You will make it to the sunken temple, which has crashed down onto this cliff and has, through the years, been ingrained within it. You go underneath. You see the marrow swimming around, these great big serpents. Ugh. You see the skeletons as well, weighed down by rocks and stones as a grisly reminder of what happens to people who come here without gifts. Bell was right on the money. They don't care about what the gifts were, so long as it is a genuine offering that has at least a little bit of thought behind it. You get to the main room, where there's an air pocket, which you could talk through. You go up, balance on a floating column, and look at this weird, watery ocean nymph. It sort of blends in quite well with the shrine room of this fallen temple. You have
Hello there,
returned.
little lady. I did. Unfortunately, we ended up having a bit of a longer stay. I wasn't able to secure you any crab legs. I did bring some sriracha, though. I pulled those little plastic, to-go tins with sriracha in it.
The water current itself carries it down to this creature, who just rips it open and sucks it up into that. You did what was requested of you.
Indeed.
Though, you may regret what comes next. A dream might be preferable to the nightmare you are about to undertake. I wish you all a swift end, however it comes.
I'll see you next time. You are quite the narrator.
Would you like to hand me the diamond so that I may do as I have been tasked?
I will pluck one of the empty blood diamonds that we had, and I will allow the currents to float it down to this creature.
It does just so. And John checks his document because, reasons. You watch as this empty blood diamond, quote-unquote, goes down and is fused with a beautiful, dark, ocean blue light. It doesn't produce, You know, it's not like a flashlight or a light cantrip. But it soon comes back to you, Joe Hall, and fits snugly within the codex that you have. The Librum, excuse me. Currently, this Librum, so long as you are attuned to it, now acts as a +3 Wand of the War Mage, as you have now filled it with 3 gems. From the Manticore, No, is it 4 or 5 you're at?
3.
Okay. You have red from the monster, you have purple from the Phantom
Lich.
Lord, you now have blue from the water nymphs.
Yep, that's what we have. And there's a 4th one.
Indeed. The last
Quick question.
slot- Yeah, what's up?
Is the water nymph still there after they, like, essence filled the stone? Or
Yep.
are they, like... Okay.
They are sacrificing only a part of their magic to fuel this magical item of yours.
Okay, cool.
If there is nothing else, go. And do not return unless you have a more suitable offering.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you for your investment in our future.
Wishing you a swift demise!
If only it would come. You all float all the way back up to the ocean. Going up and up and up. Seeing that some of the marrow are following after you in case you guys get any ideas to ransack the place. But are
I
otherwise.
try to find the one that led us astray and give it the old.
Give me a perception
Oh,
check.
sorry.
No? Give me a perception check, Pax. Let's see if you can find the moat of water. The here. And also the associate of Joe Shapshot. Nah.
That's a 4. I just pick a random one.
You just see snake people and point at one. Fuck that person in particular. It gives
I
you a
can't
very...
cast message underwater, can I?
Got verbal
unless you
component.
can talk in underwater language. I
Okay.
believe you have to whisper as part of a message, right?
I don't remember. I thought it was telepathic.
It has a verbal component.
Yeah,
It
I
does
think-
have a verbal component, yeah.
Yeah, do you think you need?
You're
like, a
right, it
whisper
does
or-
involve whispering, which is odd. I didn't realize that.
If you would like to burble into somebody's ear, though.
I will. I will burble unintelligibly in somebody's ear because I have no ability to speak underwater. I like pick marrow along the way and burble at them. Yeah.
What did you just call my mom?
How dare you? Whew. Party. You break the surface. Find your little rowboat. Find the big boat. Cough out water. And now you are on a ship.
Well, what's the next part of our journey gonna be? This one was honestly delightful.
Well, you will have to give me about 1 minute.
Oh, fine. 1 minute it is.
As I
Alright, you hit
Reach.
my backup, Snakey. No! My backup snake is gone!
It's like a superimposed snake face comes on to the bottom. Just into the sky. Just in the arms of an angel.
Yeah, I will draw out a pearl and begin to cast the Identify spell.
Does the pearl
On
feel
the
weird
Librum.
in your hands after the trip out session you just had?
A little bit. A part of me it worries that it was gone with my money, but I feel a sense of relief when I pull it out of my pocket and cast the Identify spell.
You cast the Identify spell, and like before, You are assaulted telepathically by a poorly rhymed riddle that somebody wrote 400 years ago. I suppose I will just copy paste it. I'm checking for typos real quick since I haven't looked at it in a while. During this time, while Jonal is having his eyes roll back in his head and being assaulted by telepathic words, Pax, Thyman, and Bell, please riff for him. Please.
It looked like eyes. Like I was in the marketplace, right? And it was just eyes everywhere I looked.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Then I was dead on the ground. There was fire everywhere. Jonal slapped me and ripped my shoulder out of socket. So I should have known it was a dream there, because Jonal's not that strong.
That's fair, yes.
So, did you count, like, 97 syringes, or are we, like, just guessing there's 97 syringes?
You know, it just sounds like the right number. I took a gander at it and briefly went, that must be 100 syringes, and I started pulling them out. It was crazy. But yeah, I don't know. You could sit and count them all. I'd be careful touching them. They seem to stab people at will.
But the thing I'm thinking, Belle, if I'm not mistaken, they're probably just normal syringes. That all the fantastical effects had to have been from the fever dream from Joe Shapshack.
That's fair. You want to try one? We could test
should try
that.
it. You should stab Pax with one.
Yeah,
and see what happens.
go ahead. Go ahead and stab me with one. Let's make
All
sure
right,
these
I
aren't
do.
magical.
I stab Pax with a syringe.
Jonal, all the riddle goes away
no.
the moment the syringe stabs into Pax's arm. Pax, go ahead and roll me a 1d100 as well.
Oh God,
Let's
they are
make this-
magical.
Let's make this a two-step problem.
64.
Seeing how many fucking things I have. 64.
Yep.
Only good things can happen.
Go ahead and roll me 1d4.
Okay.
Roll me a 1d8 for direction. You probably want...
4.
Alright, that's the opposite. All of you watch Pax suddenly start to levitate in the air, shimmer and shine with a beautiful white energy, and then demystify, as though he's just done the Misty Step. Pax,
Whoa.
3 miles south, over the ocean at the same elevation you were just at, which is quite high, so you're going to slam straight into the water. I'm going to deal you some damage here.
You hit terminal velocity into the ocean.
You suffer 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you just slap into the sea. You're at the deepest part of the sea. I mean, you guys were just at the cliff where it's deep water. You don't see the boat. You have nothing to guide you with. You're in the ocean, Pax. What do you do?
First I flounder and flail for like a good 20 seconds and spin up.
Water strikes you.
And I finally like reach a buoyant stage where I'm like not panicked. And he looks around and he's like, they are magical. And he reaches, he grabs his hand forwards, he spins them around, and a cloak appears, and he casts fly.
Okay.
Oh.
Perfect. You cast
And
fly on
I fly
yourself.
up.
Thank fuck you have fly. Otherwise you're just dead in the ocean. As you fly up several dozen feet into the air, and you can see the boat 3 miles north now. Because at water level, you would not have been able to see the boat. Right?
Yeah.
That's really
Oh,
fucking
God.
funny.
After a good, I don't know, I probably don't even get to the boat if it's 3 miles out, but y'all will see on the horizon to the south a dark little dot get closer and closer and closer.
Is that a bird?
And then right about, I don't know, 500 yards, it just splashes down.
I think
You
that
just
might
see-
have been Pax.
I'm gonna like hop overboard and start swimming towards Pax.
You do. Are
No,
you still
Pac-
wearing armor?
I have a swim speed.
Oh.
I have my
I-
mariner's armor.
I also have a swim speed, but you're also a little guy.
Yeah.
Simon goes out before a whale accidentally swallows Pax, thinking it's krill.
I prop our T's posing Osmond up, or
Osmond.
just to like look, like take a look at the bravery of this dwarf diving into the ocean like that. You must be so proud. Don't fall
Single
in.
tear goes down.
A single tear of rage. General, I hope you've read the riddle while we were fucking around.
The
Hell
bag
no.
of 96 syringes.
The only way I know to read this is out loud.
Bad.
Long ago, before days were known, a child lost his mother. He searched and searched, stumbled and lurched until he found churned waters. Mesmerized, he forgot his cries. His image seen by self and water's sheen caused the child's apothesize. Cold he's not, merely forgot. All of future, past and present. When you find what draws strange tides upon the rocky shoals, do not stare above his hair, lest you fall under his control. Beg and kneel, do not draw steel, nor wheel and deal, and ensure you know what's real. Ask for gift upon the gem, essence of his home. He shall give with cosmic sieve the space between the stars. Do not tarry once waves grow hairy and winds begin to stir. Paddle hard, thy backs disturb. Ignore the thought and feel, lest you waste time when something moves below your keel. I wish you luck and dare not say more till I see you in the whore.
What?
Sexy.
Can you say that
I think there
last
might
line
have
one
been a
more time?
mistranslation there at the end, but
Sounds like something from
HOAR, guys. I swear.
Oh,
It was a joke at
The
first,
Hoarfrost
wasn't
Witch!
it? You know?
I think she's dead.
No, I've told you it's my idea. I'm pretty sure she's alive somewhere, stuck in some kind of stasis.
Necromancy.
well, it obviously sounds like we have to go to more oceanic places.
Can you shove your microphone in your mouth so we can hear you, Pax?
It sounds like we have to go to some oceanic places.
That sounds honestly much better, yeah. Like, unironically.
I wonder what rocky shoals they might be referring to.
Can you post the riddle?
I did. Scroll up.
It's
We-
above all the potion rolling.
Yeah, we immediately
Oh.
fucked around.
Oh my! I was like, huh? I was like, why? I wonder why it wasn't posted. No, it's all the way down here. Okay. Yep, I'm just dumb, guys. Don't worry.
Shoal is like what? Like a sandbar, right? It's like it's like really shallow. I don't know if shoal is necessarily ocean. Like it could be on a river, I think, or a lake with like a big sandbar.
If I'm remembering my history properly, there's a huge, strange shoal of dead and destroyed ships. The realm of fell waters.
That could be, yeah.
I know not
If it's
the
a big-
details of where we go, but
The realm of fell waters. So that's in this like bottom west here. This looks like a bunch of rocks shelves, which I suppose could be shoals. In between.
shoals and rocky, that's what they say. Rocky shoals, specifically.
It does say rocky. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I guess right above it is a crumbling coast. Could be rocky. That whole area. Fell Waters does seem like a scary place. Perhaps that's reason enough to go there first.
It draws strange tides.
Well, I mean, didn't you see the world got 300,000 miles closer to the sun? Everything's strange now.
Bell, as you say this, you notice, I mean, you're on top of the ship, everyone can fucking hear you. Like, all of you guys. And Joan all recites the riddle aloud. Sergio is currently being argued with his captain. He is the master of a ship, but he doesn't actually run it. That's some other guy's job. And it's like, they're gonna take us to the fucking undead pirates and get us all killed. We cannot go with Sergio. This is foolishness at best and suicide at worst. Come on, man. Sergio's like, no,
I am gonna try to inspire
we stay the course.
This man. Look, I see Sergio and I applaud him. I'm like, you have what it takes. You are gonna be a mover and shaper in this world. Man, I think we need to have a history lesson. And I am going to do one of the cool things that I get to do as my type of bard. My glamour bard allows me to produce an enthralling performance with seductive fey magic. I give at least an hour-long performance about the heroism of explorers and ship captains and sailors that dare to, transgress what, would otherwise be dangerous situations. The many loves that are gained back at the harbors, the tales, the heroism, the tragedies occasionally. The idolization of those that earn it, and their new lots in life, their ability to shape their futures and what is to come, and I weave in and out song and poetry and dissertation, and it is a hour-long performance with all of these people around.
Bell, the worst thing is they're a captive audience. They have to deal with you or the ocean.
Yep. They are.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check, I suppose, or persuasion.
I will go ahead and give you a persuasion or performance check, your choice.
I want persuasion for sure.
Okay. In addition to this, the feature essentially says that after witnessing the performance, the target makes a saving throw.
I'm definitely not going to roll 30 saves. If you don't
okay, fair enough.
Effectively, being charmed would just give you advantage on persuasion.
Fair enough.
All right. Here, I'll roll for the captain, and we'll see if you get advantage. How about that? Because the captain's the guy you need to convince. If you get the captain to, do this shit. What's the DC?
My DC, is it different for this, or is it just my DC?
It's just your spell, it says.
My spell save DC, yeah, it says so right there. My spell save DC is 16.
He fails. Go ahead and roll an advantage.
Alright. I just want to point out, while charmed in this way, the target idolizes me. It speaks glowingly of me to anyone who talks to it, and hinders anyone who opposes me. This is the special condition of that charm. I will roll a second persuasion here as my part of my advantage.
Yes.
24 is going to be the result.
I'm only having you roll because this does only last an hour, and you guys are about to set off on a multi-week voyage, right?
Sure.
So, a 24? God, that's going to be hard to beat. He is basically rolling insight and survival because he this is going to be suicide, but who knows? He watched a dwarf fight a big crab from a telescope.
Yeah.
And
That's
win.
definitely not a +9 on top of that. He is going to be convinced, Bell. Sergio at his side, he's like, I want to be remembered in history. My family sucks. They're going to school and learning how to... And this captain fucking... Shut the fuck up. He just tells the guy who owns the boat. I'm trying to keep everyone alive. And Belle, God, I idolize you, he says. I wish I could have been a bar. I wish I had a throat that I could use to sing, okay? But I can't. And I can't tell stories. I stumble over my words. I have 0 charisma, just +0, not -5. But still, I always had a dream of being the best captain. Not even the best pirate captain. Just a guy who was consistently on time with his shipments. Who didn't die in the ocean for his family. And it doesn't matter if I don't have a family. He goes on this weird ramble for himself. And, it's about to start, like, counteracting your own persuasion check. Well, you rolled a 24 first anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. And this guy is just holding his head. Do you swear you won't get us fucking killed for some stupid bullshit?
Oh, of course not. I would never get you killed over stupid bullshit.
Alright, because if I die and go to pirate hell, I'm dragging you with me. Alright, and then you're gonna teach me how to sing
sound like
sea
a fun
shanties.
place. Oh, we can start that right now.
Please,
I
no.
know a couple. Are you sure?
All the
start
crew are
right now.
better than me, and I will be embarrassed if we start now. You see why he's crying salty ocean tears. Alright, I'm on board. How about you all? And the crew's like, danger pay? Danger pay? Somebody shouts. I was like, alright, danger pay. Sergio.
Actually shouting with him. Danger pay!
Danger
We're going
pay's
to loot
great.
pirate ships.
They pay in advance because it goes directly to the families. You all have convinced. Well, Belle's convinced the crew, I suppose. Good job, Belle. They couldn't have done it without you. Can you imagine Thyman giving this rousing speech?
Dwarves are not good speakers. We're more of show with our actions types of people.
My favorite thing about the College of Glamour is it specifically calls out that you wield seductive fae magic.
Look, it's not seductive dwarf magic. It's not seductive infernal magic. Specifically seductive fae magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Party, we have an objective. We've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes, but we have 20 minutes until 9, which is my usual cutoff time. I leave this up to you on what you guys want to do for this last 20 minutes. But either way, we have a high seas adventure we need to kind of prepare for and think about, as we apparently head towards some sort of eldritch abomination from the stars.
I'm excited about that because back when we first heard the riddle that like named all the things, I tried to put like my blood in it as it had like an infernal legacy and it didn't work. This has Belle's like House of Scarlet and Shadow vibes on like max.
Mm-hmm.
She's very tempted to like get this crystal thing and then ignore the poem and like throw hands with the eldritch beast from beyond the stars. Or at least catalog it real good so she can send it into the like proper house channels.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I mean, if you
we-
believe it might be like demon in origin, perhaps you could consult your House of Smoke and Scarlet.
Actually, that is a good point. Maybe we're gonna have to stop and get supplies, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, like I don't think our ship is kitted out for like a multi-week or day journey. Like,
Definitely.
so when we stop back into Bleed Bay, I think that I might find a courier and pen a letter to the House of Smoke and Shadow, Smoke and Scarlet, and like maybe just like transcribe the poem and talk about how I have suspicions is demonic in origin and like looking for interest in, or like looking in documentation of what it could be and what we might be preparing to see. And then like a yes, no, do I need to kill this shit?
Okay. You guys... I mean, we're basically gonna need to take a long rest, so at least that Sergio can outfit his ship.
Right.
Mhm.
So, you know. I guess take a long rest. We'll just do that now. In fact, I'm gonna do experience.
As a side thing Belle does after sending the letter, she's gonna have private voice lessons with the captain and teach him sea shanty. And how to like improve. Like I can't turn him into a world-class singer, but I can like improve him to where he can like best his boys on the waters.
Go ahead and roll me an int-based performance check, because you're teaching him how to perform.
Okay, so instead of +8, no, hold on. So my proficiency is still there, so that's 3. So instead of 5 to that, my intelligence is 0. So this will be -5.
Okay.
So an 11.
His voice keeps cracking every other word. You don't know why. It's just some weird mental thing. But you're gonna have to king speech this guy to get him to sing.
I mean, we'll work on it, right? We're not gonna. It's not gonna be, done in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, good sir. But we will work on it.
I'll just never be able to sing in tune with everyone. Start
don't
up
you
for
worry.
a fucking musical number begins. Piano flourish comes out. Turns out he's just a really good dancer, and his song is just getting dubbed over. All right. I watched The Greatest Showman recently with the kids. I know Wolverine actor did his own songs, but I could
Hugh
clearly
Jackman.
see it was dubbed. Oh wow. Yeah. Here. I want to think more about what the House of Smoke and Scarlet is what I have.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
give you
right.
a response to this letter once I Joel. Does anyone else have any things they want to do now that you guys sort of know your destination? Question mark?
I'm gonna plagiarize Belle's test answers and also send a letter to Lady Trinia.
I mean, you're in the city.
need-
You could just go and talk to her, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna write down what Journal told me it says,
Oh, okay.
and then go with her about that.
Understood. Lady Trinia.
I need to pick up supplies to make the Kraken helmet.
Based.
I don't know how
You could
much it'll
just start
cost, but
making that if you want.
well, that's my plan, is to start making it. But I'm thinking of getting a bit of metal to make a metal cap on top of it, so when I run into people, I can
You're gonna give it a
molarize
crown?
them. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You're gonna dig out some of the enamel, just fill it with lead and fucking steel.
So I can run it. I can ram into people, John. It's a very sound idea.
That's actually.
Are you the
incredibly
Juggernaut?
I think
Look,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna,
make
say-
you a Juggernaut item, Thymond. I think I want this to be some sort of attack.
Go ahead. I want to make really stupid teeth puns while I run into enemies face first.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this helmet attack based on your movement. Like, if you move 30 feet, you can do a bonus action special attack with this fucking thing.
If I move 30 feet, which I have to dash for.
Oh, shit! Your movement! 25 feet. I'm sorry. I looked at 5.5 recently. Alright, I
For
forgot.
days. For days, Thymon's working on this helmet. He goes, "It's just not doing any damage. But if you move
I'm not
5 more
fast
feet,
enough. Pax, it has to be you.
I need you to throw me. Don't tell the other dwarf.
Yeah. Well, the others seem to be using their connections to learn more about this. I think I'm taking a kind of just a more straightforward approach of gathering rumors about the cursed isle off the coast. just hanging out in taverns and talking about it, you know? There's going to be all kinds of people, like there's a sailor quarter that I can just go hang out in, and those fuckers are going to be talking.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's always talked about, unironically. Let me go to My Little Dramatica. I love My Little Dramatica. Oh, not you. The Duchy of Steel. Where are my pirates? I know I wrote them down. There we are. So the Realm of Fell Waters is very much a haunted, haunted as fuck area is probably the best way to describe it, unironically. There's not too many undead places, aside from, like, the clearly haunted-ass Phantom Kingdom that you went to. But even that only had, like, one ghost controlling 4 skeletons, right? Not too haunted. Apparently, out in the water, ghost ships are super common and active. They hunt down traffic. They turn wrecked ships that they wrecked into new pirate ships filled with more undead. Apparently, it's actually super based and super cool being an undead pirate man because, I mean, you don't breathe underwater.
Based?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's seen the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, it's like that, but everyone's, like, way more chill about being undead.
Yeah, but John, I also don't breathe underwater, so I mean, I guess we're not so different from these guys.
Yeah, maybe you could try to empathize with them. Or, you know, they free your skeleton out of your skin. And you do the same thing anyway. There are 3... Yes, there are 3 main ships that everyone is, like, constantly on alert about. Because these are kind of the more travel-y types who not just go out or just attack ships right next to their territory, but go out into the lanes and, like, fuck with people. There's the Dassicle, the Fleece, and then the Ghastly Gallow. And supposedly there is a semi-spiritual entity known as the Quartermaster, who more or less brings gold and trades the stolen stuff with a living intermediary. Jonal, if you truly wish to know more about how to evade these ships, you are going to have to find a warlock or bound servant of the Quartermaster and speak with them and then pay tribute not to be attacked by the more or less pirate union of undead sailors out there.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Um,
I'm just giving that one for free because it's so talked about here.
yeah, I will address that when I have someone who has money.
Okay. As
I
a
will...
little note about that in particular, it doesn't seem that he only cares about money. And he also, for Pax, he has a known magical item, which is a magical item that can instantly tell a different item's gold value.
Oh, so he's like an appraiser's eye or something.
Yeah. And you know, you're missing an eye, so it's a perfect match for you, right? Go kill his ass.
Could be. I mean, I think
So
that was
I
the
think-
plan, really.
So, the question that I have... So this Quartermaster operates through human intermediaries. Is he, like, the leader, or is he just, like, the person who interfaces? Is there known, like, are all these ships organized together in a common, you know, quote-unquote fleet? Is there someone leading that effort?
So, on a ship, you have many roles, right? And on a pirate ship, you have the captain. And usually each ship has its own quartermaster, because there's so much things you need to take care of, just ship by ship by ship by ship. However, when you're an undead who does not eat or drink or sleep or honestly even need pay, every boat doesn't need a quartermaster. So instead, their weird undead union of pirate ships has the one who all the money sort of goes through mob boss style, and he converts the things they steal through his enslaved intermediaries, because every time they take over a ship, he goes to the captured crew and he's like, you want to be my spy or intermediary? All you have to do is pay me an interest rate and blah blah blah. You know, you can walk off the boat. And then those guys do services for him so that he doesn't come collecting their souls, basically. So, yes, he is the leader, but also he does not captain any one ship. He's just sort of a being that goes from ship to ship to ship doing, well, appraisals. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, there is a leader, known leader of this band of ships who is this quartermaster. Crazy undead guy that moves from ship to ship to ship and binds people to his will, or else eats their souls.
Basically. He's very much the Davy Jones of this part of the world. Or, you know, the Phantom of the Opera or whatever.
Would you say that he's Davy Bones?
Alright. I think Red's just left in shame. Honestly, the correct response. Would you guys like experience points for this wonderful session?
Yes.
That sounds wonderful.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know if we deserve
Hi,
it
John.
because we got the syringes, so it's like better.
I mean, the syringe is pretty tight.
If you guys don't want experience and just want the syringes instead, that's fine by me.
Give me your.
I guess,
both.
is it an either-or thing, right? If we take the experiences, does the syringes leave?
If
Otherwise...
they don't want their experience, I mean, I'll take it.
For experience.
Alright.
I'm gonna have fun stabbing people with syringes. I will give up what I need to make that happen.
We have completed a quest. We have done wonderful roleplay. We had no combat, but that... Well, I mean, we had combat. It just wasn't like... It was all part of the dream.
I mean, we did kill a gnome. Halfling.
There you
Halfling.
go.
I did punch a halfling. I feel like that's like something.
Here.
You
fought a
defeated
mysterious
the
phantom.
water nymph's husband in combat.
I will add 10 experience for fun. Alright?
My lovely wife.
Alright, everyone take home 810 experience points.
Woo woo.
And you'll thank me for them,
Nice.
as Greg Davies says.
Thank you, our wonderful dungeon master, for your generous XP.
Thank you, Taskmaster.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Greg.
Guys, that'll be it for us today, so thank you so much for watching. Next week is Father's Day at this time, and 90% chance I will not be able to run a session. I don't know when or what time we're doing the thing, but past 7 years it's been like a dinner, so...
So we
Alright.
think of just maybe not next week.
Indeed.
And the 2 weeks after that, I am unlikely to be able to make it, so...
I thought
see
it
you guys.
was Father's Day and then the week after that. Did I not?
No, the 2 weeks after that.
Alright, so we're not going to see Nick for a month, so I guess throw your abuse at him while you can.
Yar.
I was gonna say I was gonna steal his money, then I remember he has no money. You got off scot-free.
Rube, any bowling you want to get on camera before we head on out?
No.
Just no. Alrighty, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you are having fun wherever you are. And, as always, don't die. Ooh.